talking trendy topics. Interviews with who got motion, we gon' get it poppin'. Just show me stay, we here to stay, nothing they can do about it. Everything 100.
Yo, welcome back to The Fix. Y'all tuned in to 100.3 The Beat, STL's Hip Hop and R&B, Raven Ashley, Taylor Simone. We kicking it with Stephanie, Amanda, and Tamika. You got a nickname too that you go by?
Tamika.
All right, Tamika. You don't go by Mika or nothing like that? You don't go by Tam? You know what I'm saying? You don't go by none of them? All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Let's tell us about Lead STL. Like, let's, help us understand the organization. We know it was formerly known as Cultural Leadership. So kind of tell us about the work the organization does.
Yeah, so we've been around since 2004. One of St. Louis's best known secrets or unknown secrets. And what we really do is bring together youth from all different backgrounds to really start bridging the divide in our community. St. Louis is incredibly segregated, and so how do we fix that? We start bringing people together. And so we work with students from 5th grade through college to really introduce them to one another, to teach them about history in St. Louis, the root cause for all of these systemic inequities. We provide leadership training. We go into schools now, which is a new thing for us as of last year. This Stephanie is spearheading, bringing together districts of students for a semester of collaborative learning. And so really we're trying to build the next generation of leaders that makes St. Louis the most equitable and dopest place in the country.
I love it.
Your organization focuses a lot on mentorship. So tell us why you believe mentorship is so important to our community.
Sorry. I think mentorship is important because we kind of send students down this siphon of, you should be a doctor, you should be a lawyer if you're going to get involved in something. Well, when you're young and you're in high school and college, you can, do student activities. But, once you get into the workforce, nobody cares anymore, right? So I think mentorship is really important for our students, especially as we have these immersive experiences for them. One thing Tamika didn't get to mention is how each one of our programs actually has an immersive experience to go along with it. So whether that's our 3-week 15-city transformational journey.
Wow.
So for that is for our high school leadership program, where we typically start in D.C., go to Philly, down to Atlanta, and kind of along the civil rights belt, meeting leaders and change makers, activists. When I was in the program, so also I'm an alum of Class 9. We're on Class 19 now, just telling you my age. But when I was in the program, I got to meet Ruth Bader Ginsburg and John Lewis, just unforgettable experiences on the journey. Last year, we got to meet with Justice Brown Jackson, super amazing. But it's pieces like this that, students meet a person and they're like, this has inspired me. We've had a student once, I've with Vernon Mitchell, he ended up volunteering, getting an internship for the reparations committee. So it's really just about introducing them to people and, giving them the chance to say, hey, this is something that I'm interested in, have them connect with people that are willing to stay connected with them along the high school and college journey, answer questions, and hopefully, take them into that experience that'll help them do some impact work.
And really helping them see themselves in the work. Like when you see yourself or someone who looks like you, it makes a big difference.
Well, that's awesome. Listen, we got more coming up. We're going to be talking about, more with Lead STL. And then we're going to talk about the event IdeaCon.
Yeah.
So we want to get into that. So if y'all ain't tuned in, make sure y'all tune in, man. It's a lot of information, man. It's The Fix. We'll be right back after this. Yo, we right back at you. Y'all tuned in to The Fix on 100.3 The Beat. STL's Hip Hop and R&B. It's nitty gritty, the culture connect. Raven Ashley, Taylor Simone, Tamika, Stephanie, we talking Lead STL, IdeaCon, all that good stuff. Raven, what else you wanted to talk to her about?
Yeah, Stephanie, so you mentioned that you're an alum of Lead STL, the leadership program. So tell us personally how you benefited from the program and why, obviously, now you work for the program. So clearly, you loved it.
Absolutely. I'd love to. So when I was an alum, I was going to Cleveland Junior Naval Academy. Of course, they are closed currently. But one of the immersive experiences that we offer is a school swap. And that is when city students go attend a day of school at a county school and vice versa. So I got to swap schools at Ladue. And of course, it was a very different environment than what I was experiencing at Cleveland. And it was that program that I realized, that was when I learned how public education is funded. It was something that kind of lit my fire for activism, because I was just like, if you cannot get out of this neighborhood, then your kids are going to stay in this neighborhood. This is the cycle of socialization that we talk about, and that was something I became very passionate about. I also started kind of tutoring my peers at school, and just that was something that became very important for me, was to just make sure that everybody in my community was good. This is kind of leading into IdeaCon, but there's not a lot of opportunities for students to see, you can make a career out of uplifting your community. You can make a career out of, lobbying or, advocating, whatever it is. But that, I would say that is the real impact that it had for me. And that's why I'm back in this space now.
So Tamika, I wanted to ask, so how did you come up with the idea to partner with Washington University, and how did IdeaCon how did that even come about?
Yes, the partnership is actually one that was birthed out of a collaboration and relationship that we had previously with the university and the Clark Fox Policy Institute. Bob Fox is a great supporter. He comes in and brings groups to talk about mass incarceration and has been really great at connecting our students to different opportunities. And so it was an easy kind of relationship and collaboration there. He was like, you should work with the Clark Fox Policy Institute. I was like, all right, Bob, let's do it. But IdeaCon in general is really Stephanie's brainchild. It's a huge passion of hers. And when she brought it to me, I was like, you know what? Go and do it.
Yeah, quick pause. I just want to show some appreciation to Tamika for just being an amazing boss and always investing in the ideas that we have as a team, uplifting all of us. That is not something that you find everywhere, but she is the reason why we're in this space now and able to do IdeaCon. IdeaCon came from my own experience. When I was in high school, I was a student that was great at chemistry, great at physics, math, all the things, and I was told you should be an engineer. So my first couple years at WashU, I majored in chemical engineering, but it was not a passion of mine. I constantly kind of was thinking like, there's this work that I want to do. This is not aligning. I was not really enjoying my classes. Also, the department was not very diverse at the time. So I just didn't really see myself in the work that I wanted to do in that work. Not that other people, do not have that calling, but it just wasn't for me. But I was there because people told me that I should be there. But no one said, hey, look at that year-long program that you did in high school of community organizing and community engagement and consider that as a full-time opportunity. So with IdeaCon, I thought about, how can we connect students with their why, let them know, or have them understand what they're passionate about and what work connects with that so they can make an impact in their community. And that is how we reached the idea of IdeaCon.
All right, there it is, IdeaCon. So we're going to be talking about the 6 areas that y'all focus on during the event and how attendees can get more information and all of that. So keep y'all ears locked, man. We got more coming up, man. So we'll be right back after this. Yo, welcome back to The Fix. Yo, if y'all just tuning in, man, a lot of information, man. So y'all going to want to make sure y'all check this out on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? To make sure y'all check out our YouTube channel, man. We talking to Tamika. We talking to Stephanie, Amanda. They talking about IdeaCon and Lead STL. It's obviously a great program and everything that y'all doing. But Taylor, we're going to toss it to you.
Yeah, so tell us about the 6 area of focus for the event, and then tell us how attendees will benefit from the information provided.
Absolutely. So we are focusing on law and politics, engineering and tech, medicine and science, art and design, business, and education and DEIA. We chose those 6 focus areas mainly because we felt that was a good starting point with this being our first time. But we do plan to highlight other career fields and also like contract training programs and others during the Career and Resource Fair. We are wanting each attendee to walk away with ideas about their future and maybe a mentor as well. The way that this event is set up is that they will start out with some DIA training competencies. So really understanding, what the landscape of, the industry is. So understanding that while some companies have moved away from using certain language, this is still one of the fastest growing career fields. But also, even if you're not interested specifically in DEIA, you can apply these concepts to any career field, and it's important for you to have these lenses in any career field. Afterwards, we are going to have a fireside chat with industry leaders. So one person from each of those focus areas will be speaking about when their career field kind of started focusing on DEI and what impact looks like in that field, how students can get into it. And then we'll have personal interest workshops. So there will be 2 opportunities for students to pick a workshop based on whatever their interests are, get some hands-on experience about, this is kind of what it looks like. I've actually had the great opportunity to recruit some people from across the country to come in and do these workshops. I also really love that. I love my alma mater. I've had some really great collaborations with peers on IdeaCon. So one of my peers, Chandler Malone, he developed Path AI, which is a career AI advising platform. So he will be leading a workshop for everyone where they're able to kind of take their ideas from the day, put it into this platform and say, these are my skills. This is what I'm thinking about my future. Here's some jobs you can do. It also has a resume builder and a skills trainer. So if they say, hey, I want to learn more about coding or something else, then that system has that for them.
Not to cut you off, but speaking of more, how can they learn more? I did want to ask you a question, but we kind of almost out of time. But how can they learn more about the information? How can they get registered? How can they find you guys on social media and all of those different platforms?
On Instagram, we are lead.stl, so lead.stl. Our website is leadstl.org. The IdeaCon banner will pop up after 2 seconds of being on that home screen. And information for registration is under our events page. Registration closes on Monday, the 25th. So go ahead and get those registrations in and let us know if you have any questions.
All right, I got one more question before you get up out of here because it's not common that we get to have these type of discussions. What's your thoughts about Florida getting rid of the whole DEI field? Just talk to me about what do you think about that?
Straight up wrong. I think that we are doing children a disservice by saying that they do not have the capacity to discern what history is and, make people. I'm sorry. I just got a little angry. So
that's cool. That's why I just was wondering. I know there's a passion in yours.
Our kids are smart enough to know that, hey, this is history and we're learning this so it doesn't happen again. But to say that it shouldn't be in schools because we're making people feel guilty, it doesn't make sense.
Well, not even the schools, but the jobs. But we'll talk more offline about that. Thank y'all for stopping by. I'll definitely be there to support it. Love what y'all doing. Love what y'all doing in the community.
Yes.
Thank y'all for stopping through. So yeah, we're gonna kick it with y'all a little bit more. We'll be right back after this, y'all. It's The Fix.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for tuning in to The Fix every Saturday at 7 p.m. Stay connected with us on all platforms. You dig that? At TheFixSTL. And follow your hosts at Nitty Gritty. If you enjoyed today's show, check us out for bonus content, interviews, and exclusive giveaways.